$14 is not some kind of like bullshit, and not something that's gonna just annoy us. Kate and Jimbo, we wanna see a bit of football chat, not like the rest of the other football crap. Hey, we wanna get it with the realness. Oh, baby, Kate and Jimbo.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. It's been a long time since we last streamed, 2 weeks tomorrow, I think. But since the 12-hour charity stream, I have been a little bit crippled. I think I need to accept that my fibro and my age no longer allow me to do 12-hour charity streams. So we will still be doing charity events, but I don't think there'll be 12 hours. It's taken me this long to recover. But I hope everyone's doing well. I'm joined as always today by my other half. Some may say better half. I personally think worse half. Not really, Jimbo. How are you doing, my love?
I don't know if I lost you or you lost me there. It went a bit screw with. Yeah, I'm all right. I just want to thank everyone who donated. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Who's froze? Who's froze, me or Kate?
I don't know whether it's me or you, because mine keeps freezing as well. It's probably me. The internet up here seems to be getting worse. But can you let us know in the chat if it's Jimbo or me that is freezing? Because all I know is I reboot, like I went out and back in, and I was actually going to leave you in charge, Jimbo, just for a laugh. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Hopefully you can all hear me. Please let me know if you can't hear me. We have got Rob Always United in the chat saying, hi, Kate and Jimbo, good point against Liverpool. Indeed it was. Big up, Ben Bryant. Good to see you, my love. Big up to you, Drew. La la. Hope you're well. Kelly's in the house. Good to see you, my love. Lovely Shem says, hi, Princess Kate, so Jimbo. Hope you're both doing wonderfully well. Definitely feeling better today. Not great as in 100%, but I've got a nice big pillow behind my back. I've just got to try it and not let my shoulders tense up, and I'll be fine. Big up, Twisted. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Corey's in the house. Good to see you, my lovely. Jimbo's freezing. Sorry, the cat's just knocked something over in my bedroom. Doesn't surprise me. Carl, big up to you. Good to see you. Afternoon side dancer. I made the Kate and Jimbo screen at the start. Hell yeah. Well done, Corey. Congrats on actually joining us from the beginning. We got a new outro as well that I did last night. Probably be rubbish. I'm not that good at these sort of things. Although I did do the intro, and I do like the intro. But we got a new outro as well. But there you go, Jimbo. It was you. You were freezing. It's all your fault. You're the problem. So hopefully you're sorted. Loads has been going on since we last streamed. We had the Atletico Madrid first game, which was a disaster class. Then we had the Liverpool game, which I thought was green shoots. Then we had the Atletico Madrid second round game, which I thought was excellent. Jimbo, what do you want to talk about? Which game, first of all, or do you want to just talk about Tottenham as a whole?
I mean, when we start from the beginning, what games have we missed?
We missed the 2 Atletico games, and we missed the Liverpool game.
Yeah, the first Atletico game, I mean, look, was a disaster, but there was we lost 5-2, but when you look at it, it was 2 mistakes by the keeper and 1 by Van der Ven. But look, at the end of the day, I've seen a few teams come out and say now that it's happened to them on that pitch, that they're very crafty with the pitch A lot of people struggle on there. Something's happening to my laptop.
Yeah, you're freezing. Have you checked there's no
Well, Kate,
updates?
just if you carry on, I'll join in a minute.
All right, babe. Big up to you, Jonah. Says newcomer here. Welcome to Kate and Jimbo. I hope you enjoy what you see. Please do subscribe if you do. Yeah, always good to have newbies, old biz, any biz. Big up as well to Brett and Lady Webb, who says, I was wondering if there were some dark arts with their pitch. Look, I thought the first game against Atletico Madrid was a disaster, purely because there was those errors from Kinski that started quite early on in the game, which basically set the tone. You know, once you go 1-2, 3-0 down against a team who, let's not be, disingenuous here. They're a good team. They're in the final 16 of the Champions League, so they're a good side. So we was always on the back foot. It was a little bit of fight from the team. But, yeah, I mean, the slipping and sliding, it literally looked like Kinski, Van der Ven, looked like they were wearing flippers. But, I said at the time to Jim that I thought Spence did well in that game. There was some green shoots, shall we say. Let's say there was some green shoots. However, I did go into the Liverpool game with my prediction at 4-1 to Liverpool, whilst Jimbo went for his prediction of 1-1, which I have to be honest, when I put it on the page, the community page, I had people asking me if Jim was on drugs, what's Jimbo drinking that strong stuff, his optimism's getting out of control, he's deluded. And what was the score? It was 1-1, of course. And I have to say that ever since that goal, that scoreline of 1-1 came in, I have not heard the end of it. I've got a really annoying bit of hair sticking up. Jimbo keeps reminding me that he got it right, but let's be fair. He's got to get 1 or 2 predictions right a season. Big up, Paul G. Good to see you. It was a slippery Olympics. Don't think it's a team fault. Wasn't the game to start experimenting with goalkeepers. The strange thing was, Vicario's had more clean sheets in the Champions League than any other keeper, including the likes of Raya. And yet Tudor took it upon himself to take him out and put Kinski in. Now, don't get me wrong. For me, I wasn't bothered about going through in the Champions League. For me, it's all about staying in the Premier League. But I agree, this wasn't the time to start experimenting with keepers. And not only not the time, but when you've got a keeper that's kept the most clean sheets in the Champions League, it's a little bit bonkers to change him. But it is what it is. It's done. Big up AJ, my lovely cheeky banana, says, where's Sir Jim? His computer's playing up. He's been watching far too much of naughty stuff, I think. But I'm good. I hope you're well. Good to speak to you earlier. Yeah, Jimbo, do you know what? That's quite true, actually. He does get a lot of the big games right. He's got them right against City. And then, obviously, against Liverpool, he got it right. But he never gets the lottery numbers right. But anyway, so the Liverpool game. Listen, again, we gave away that goal in the first half. Yeah, at least we do know about Kinski. But then I at half-time, when they came out, I thought we saw a completely different team, a team that we've been looking for, a team that I didn't even know existed, if you want to know the truth, because every commentator, Sky Sports, Talk Sport, have all said Tottenham will be the ones that go down because they lack that fight and they lack that determination and cohesiveness and all this sort of stuff. And then they came out against Liverpool in the second half and showed all of that. I think that there was real fight there, that the passing was so much crisper. I think you could see Tudor had started to put his stamp on the team, and then that was only became even more evidential against Atletico Madrid this week, because for me that was probably the best performance we've had all season. I thought for all the criticism this guy gets, and on this channel we've always stuck up for Tell. We have stuck up for him. for all the criticism he gets, he was excellent. He's developing quite a nice little relationship with Xavi Simons, another one who we've always stuck up with for on this channel, who I think is starting to come good. And then you had the likes of Archie Gray, who I thought was a phenomenon against Atletico Madrid. But you could just see that the team looked completely different. And I think Tudor's kind of got a hold on them now. And you can see what he's trying to do. They look fitter. There was a lot of talk that they weren't fit when Tudor took over. So I think they definitely look fitter. They look quicker. The passing's crisper. Their relationships are building. And a really positive signs from that game. It was just we gave ourselves so much to do from the first leg. It was going to be difficult to ever get back into it. And to sub him after 16 minutes and not even acknowledge him. Yeah, I didn't like the fact he didn't acknowledge him at all, but I think he subbed. I think he should have been subbed. I'm sorry, but I do. I think he was done. His confidence was gone. Jim saw his neighbour outside and went to tell him he got the score right. Probably. I think there's posters all over the neighbourhood of Jim predicted 1-1. Archie Gray for player of the season. Yeah, could well be. I said 4-1 Liverpool. I thought we were going to get trounced. AJ says, from the second half of the Athletic game up until now, we've seen something of a transformation. Slowly but surely, the team is picking up right when we need them to. Bring on Sunday. I agree. They're hitting that little bit of form just at the right time. And like I say, I think if we'd have gone into that Athletic game with a clean slate, we'd have won that comfortably. But Atletico at Madrid had the security blanket of knowing that they had a good lead. And we were always going to be on the back foot because we were behind the minute that ball was kicked. So, like I said, I think we just gave ourselves too much to do. Belval was good. Yep, I agree. If you avoid relegation, how would you evaluate this season? I think if we avoid relegation, which please God we do, I would say this season is one we need to learn from. This should be a season that changes everything, because we've come that close, the closest I've seen in, donkey's years. So they need to learn so that this never happens again. I would say it's been a dismal season. As a Spurs fan, one of the very worst. But I think the club, the board, the owners need to learn from it. This needs to be the changing point, whether it be that we go down, which hopefully we won't. But if we do stay up, they need to say, right, we need to ensure this never happens again. We need to buy better players. We need to change the wage structure. We need to just, like I say, be sure that we're never in this situation again. Because for us to go down as a financial institution, forget the football inside, it would be catastrophic. So that's how I would evaluate it. It's a season where we can look at it in 10 years' time and go, that season changed everything. You know, the board have learned from here, but whether that will happen, who knows? But yeah, I agree, Steve. On to International Day of Happiness, I think it is today. I think there are real reasons to be optimistic, for sure. Jonas says, were we good against Madrid because we had no pressure? Forest will be a totally different game on a mental basis. Yeah, but we had pressure against Liverpool and I thought we was good. It might be the old Conte, this club, these players, they don't like pressure. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen enough in the last 2 games to give me that bit of hope, whereas I literally was absolutely convinced we were going down. But I've got a bit of hope now. Hope and faith. Big up, Steve. Good to see you. Welcome back, Jimbo. AJ said, you'd like to think if we survive that next season, the owners will inject some serious capital to transform this squad, but I don't see it happening. That's what I want. I want, if we survive, for us to look back and go, that was the season that changed everything, because the board realised we can't ever be in that situation again. They dug deep. They changed this, they changed that, and it to be a season where we change. Big up, Kate. Hope we're putting it together and get a win. Not sure after that, but we'll deal with it then. Big up, Gary. Good to see you. That was Conte. This club, Bora is my wife. In fact, they do actually sound very similar. But
they do when you do them.
Yeah, Forest, obviously.
Sorry, I had to go, Kate. Someone walked by, I had to go and tell them I got the Liverpool score right.
Yeah, we thought as much. Forest obviously rested a lot of players, but then had to bring them on, but they went through comfortably in the end on penalties. Steve says, I know Spurs went out, but I expected them to after the first leg. They gave so much fight, still win the game over 90 minutes. Do the same on Sunday. Will do. They went to penalties. Could be good for Spurs. Yeah, I agree. I will let you have your say in a minute, Jimbo. I'm just going to go through the chat. Big Up Beyond 72 says, we still beat a decent side. Forest needed extra time to get past an average Danish side. If we turn up, we win. Big Up Luton Dan. Good to see you, lovely. We're good. Hope you're well. I meant the Forest game went to extra time and penalties, which is a good 30 extra minutes. Yeah, and the travelling, yeah. They were in... yeah, they played that weird team, didn't they? Michelin or something. Come on and smash that like button. Please do. This reminds me of when Harry took over when we looked completely badgered. Paul G's right. Your Conte and Borat are the same. Listen, I never claimed to be a voiceover artist or a comedian, but in my brain, they sound spot on. So just let my brain believe. It's like when I sing, in my brain, I sound like the best singer in the world. But if your ears are wrong and you can't hear that, then what can I say? Grant says, Forest are beatable from what I saw from last night's game. We've got to play to our strengths. Come on, you Spurs. Liverpool says, be close on Sunday. Yeah, it's your ears' fault. You can laugh. But anyway, Jimbo, I briefly did a cover of all three games. But rather than you go through all three games individually like that, from what you've seen for the second leg against Atletico Madrid and particularly the second half against Liverpool, are you got hope now that we'll stay up?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, it just seems like something's clicked and they're all together again. I don't know, but I mean, look, everybody was saying about Igor. I never got on the train of just sack him because I just think there's no point. He's been here for 4 or 5 games now. The players have got to know him. He got to know the players. If you sack him and bring someone else in, you've got to start again. They've got to know the new manager, and they've got to get to know him. He's got to get to know them. It's just, for me, there's no point. You might as well just stick with Igor and see where he takes us. I mean, they look good against Liverpool. After we went 3 or 4-0 down, Atletico, they started to look decent. It was just 3 stupid mistakes. You know, we don't make the mistakes and still think we go through. And the second game, we played really well. I mean, I've seen people saying we got carved open left, right, and centre. I didn't see that. I mean, they're a good team and they are going to create chances, but that's football. I mean, what team are you going to play that's not going to create chances? It's very rare. You know, we played Liverpool and we created chances. You know, we played Arsenal, we created chances, and people say their league's above us. That's what football's about. So it's just what you do to stop them chances going in. So, yeah, I can see improvement, and I think stick with him and he'll get us out of this trouble. I wasn't thinking that under Frank, I can tell you that now. I'm convinced we kept Frank, we go down.
Yeah.
And someone just asked, have I seen Ronnie's break? Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Another manager right now is not going to save us. It's up to the players to dig deep, believe, and fight. Less about tactics, more about mentality. Yep, completely agree. If Kinski hadn't been on, we'd have qualified. Yep, I agree with that as well. If we win, the gap is 4, essentially 5 with goal difference. That means they would need to win 2 more games than us over a 7-game period. Yeah, this is a huge game. A huge game. Gary's in the house, says, hi, Kate and Jimbo. I think what will help us is the fans' parade of the team bus before the match, showing togetherness and fight, like what Liverpool do before matches. Keep the faith, Kate and Jimbo. Come on, you Spurs. I agree. Yeah. I think this is a really good I mean, it was originally a protest, and we openly said on the channel, I think that's wrong. I think we need togetherness at a time like this. And then they changed it to this, which I think is a really good idea, just to show, the club and the fans and the players that we're all together in this. That we all, I know a lot of people want ENIC out. But it's not a time for that. It's not the time for that. It's the time we get behind the team. We've got to stay in the Premier League, and then, worry about the owners later. So yeah, that I think it's a really good idea. Tudor's more masculine than Frank, and actually commands more respect. You could be right. This was Archie Gray's heat map from the Athletic Madrid game midweek. That kid, and I'm going to call him a kid because to me he is a kid, was here, there, and every bloody where. I mean, Jimbo, do you see this guy being a future England captain? There's a future Tottenham captain. There's already rumours today that there's a lot of teams interested in signing him. What's your thoughts on Mr. Gray?
The thing is with a lot of fans, Kate, and at Tottenham, I can kind of understand it a bit because we've been starved of success, but very quick to write players off, and especially these young players. And I mean, there's some players they didn't kick into they were in their mid-20s, and he's an exceptional player, isn't he? I mean, he's got a lot to learn still, but I think he knows that. He seems quite level-headed, and it just seems that when he plays in the middle, he plays so much better than when he's in all these other positions he's put in. He showed how talented he was the other day. He was absolutely brilliant. But look, he's still young. He's got a long way to go. But I think he's a future England player as well. I really do. What is he? Is he 19?
I think he's 20, isn't he?
Is he?
Let me look. But you're right. You said to me the other day they should never play him out of position.
No, of course they shouldn't. Of course they shouldn't. He just seems to thrive there. But look, he's a talented young man, and
he's just turned 20.
And he's one of the ones that I've always stuck by and said he needs time. And I think Tell's talented as well, and I think he needs a bit more time. He's starting to come out of his shell a little bit now. And it's been a hard season. It's been a hard season for these young kids, because they've been thrown into a relegation battle. And it's, they're not used to it, are they? But I think they've done well, the younger ones. I really do. But, I mean, look, Gray, he's talent. There's no argument about it. I don't think he's going to be a world beater, but he's going to be a top player. And I think in the future, get in the England team as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go through about the England team shortly. I was just looking for something else that I wanted to share, and I can't find where I bloody put it. Well, I mean, it was this was it. Hang on. Share screen. As brilliant as Archie Gray was, and he didn't actually get player of the match. That went to a certain Xavi Simons, who 9 duels won, 5 chances created, 2 goals. He's been ridiculed quite a lot, and we've had a lot of people, rivals, taking a piss out of this guy, saying, they thought he was going to be as good as Eze. But are you starting to see that why we bought this guy, Jimbo? Have you froze, Jim?
I totally lost you there. Yeah, I totally lost you there.
Right. Obviously, he got player of the match. I said we got a lot of stick about people like rival fans saying that he was shit. No one else wanted him. But can you see now why we bought this guy and the potential in this guy?
Yeah, I could see it before, Kay. I could see it before, but I sit back and I'm a little bit more. I think about things more. And I just think to myself, he's a young guy that's had a lot of pressure on his shoulders since he was a kid. He's come to the Premier League. It's the hardest league in the world, right? there's no hiding in the Premier League. Right? It's just as simple as that. You know, on any given day, Wolves can beat Arsenal or Man City. We've seen it, right? And they're at the bottom. Arsenal, Man City are at the top. So there's no hiding in the Premier League, and he needed a bit of time and needed a bit of an arm around him, and coached. And I think Igor's probably been good for him over the last few games. He's held him back. He's probably had chats with him. He's obviously done well in training, and he's started to come out of himself a bit. But look, he's another player. He's a fantastic player, but it just needs that little bit of help and time, right coach. And he's another. How old is he? He's another one. Is he 20? He's young, isn't he?
He looks like a baby. He's got a real
But
baby.
What I like about him, right?
He's 22.
He's 22. What I like about him is when he comes off the pitch and he's lost, he looks like he's going to cry, right?
Yeah.
That's the passion in him. You can see that. It bothers him. You can see that it really bothers him when we lose. And when he scored his goal and he just ran in the goal, got the ball, because he thought, even though there was only 4 minutes left, he thought we could still have a go at doing it. He's passionate about the game. I'm so pleased we got him. I am. I think that he's definitely the future of this club. Him and Gray, people like that.
Corey, you put one good game, and people strategy giving flowers. Who are you talking about? Let me know who you're talking about. Kelly says, Miss Kate, what will you say about Richie? You've criticised him before, and now he's one of the ones that are fighting, pulling the team forward. He's a vital player for us. I have criticised him. I've also been on here saying he's undroppable at the moment. This was a few months ago. I think Richarlison was excellent against Liverpool. Absolutely excellent. And I totally agree. He is the sort of player that is perfect for a relegation battle, because he does not stop fighting. And one thing we've always said, or I've always said when I've criticised Richie, is his work rate is excellent, and I love his shithousery. But now he's finding a bit of form as well. I said before, he's proved me wrong. I hope he carries on proving me wrong, because like I say, I think he is going to be essential in keeping us up. But I mean, you've always liked Richie, Jimbo.
Yeah, because I like his attitude, and he works hard, and he will get stuck in when you need him to get stuck in. And in a relegation battle, he'll be the first one on the team sheet. But look, Callie, what you'll find on this channel is if go away.
I told him we're on the stream.
If we say something and we're proved wrong, we'll be the first ones to admit it.
Absolutely.
It ain't the first time or the last time one of us has been wrong about it. Put my sound down. Been wrong about the player, and it won't be the last. I can tell you that now. But we will admit when we're wrong.
Great. And was meant to say one good game and giving him flowers. Prove it week in, week out, like Lamella does. Lamella. I agree, but I don't think he's only had one good game. I think that's
I think that's a really bad analogy to put him up against Yamal. He's in a different league. But look, it's not his only good game. What's this guy's name?
Corey.
It's not his only good game. He's had some good games. But look, slowly and surely you can see him improving. And obviously Tudor's done something, because a lot of these players are starting to look better under him. So obviously he knows how to get a bit of a tune out of them, which is good at this time, because we need it.
The thing is, Corey, one thing you'll probably know about this channel by now, because you've watched us long enough, is we aren't one of these that go, can't give him flowers because it's only been one game. If someone's been good, we may gush over them because we're football fans and we go by how we feel at that moment in time. And at the minute, for me, Archie Gray is a phenomenon. But in 3 weeks, if he's had 3 or 5 weeks, if he's had 3 shit games, I'll be sitting there going, he ain't good enough. But that's what football does to you. So I think this kid I don't think he gets enough respect. I don't think Tottenham fans themselves respect him enough. And I think he was a phenomenon against Atletico Madrid. He literally ran that midfield. And for almost a child. I mean, he's near enough the same age as my son. That is incredible. So I think he deserves every one of his flowers, actually. Lady Webb says, don't forget there's a lot of pressure on Simons being the only creative player right now. Young and settling in, his class. He's going to be a star. I agree. Relegation, Richie. When Richie stays on his feet, he's a different player. Absolutely, Colin.
But you know something about Richie? He is the master at getting a free kick.
Yeah.
He's the master. He knows how to get a free kick.
Yep. Gray looks like he's become an adult and looks much stronger. Simons looks like he just needs a good run in the team, but our team is missing so much. I just hope we can stay up. Have faith, Dan. Have faith. Yeah, the Batman phone's ringing. Tudor might get a tune from Colo like he did at Juventus. Yeah, I mean, that. Do you know what? That goal he scored, Colo Muani, was brilliant. It was a brilliant cross in and it was a brilliant goal. Really well taken, calm. Considering he's a player that's not in the best form, I thought he did that really well. But then that's experience, I suppose. He's been getting a lot of heat. Glad he started to find his form and prove people wrong. For once, we've spent money wisely. We love you too, Callie. And no, we're not sending Archie Gray to Palace. Big up J-Ty. I will gush over a player when they reach the levels of Son, Kane, Bale and Modric. Well, then, Corey, you will live a very miserable life as a Spurs fan because those don't come along very often, particularly at Spurs. I mean, they don't come along that very often anyway, but not at Spurs. I think
you just got, Corey, I think you just got to you got to enjoy each game as they come. And when a player plays exceptionally well, gush over him. He's our player. We should be gushing over these young players when they have a good game. You know, if they have a bad game the next one, then we don't gush over them. But I mean, Gray and Simons were just absolutely the best two players on the park the other day, and I think they deserve us gushing over them.
To be fair, this season's been shit. So any little bit of gushing I can do, I'm gushing away. Yeah. Colin says, I like Tudor. He is there to be a leader, not to be a friend. I agree. 1,000,000%. Big up Kate Wicks. I'm a little bit better. Still very stiff in my shoulders and neck, but I thought with streams today, we're doing the pump up Sunday and then it's international break. So wanted to come on and do a show today. And I agree. I think Archie will be captain of Spurs one day if he stays. Joey says, Gray's shown more effort than other players recently. I will give him that. I think people are clutching by saying he's been brilliant. He had a good game Wednesday. He had a brilliant game for me on Wednesday. And I haven't heard a pundit all over social media, all over the radio, all over the television say any different. I thought he was brilliant. I have faith we stay up, just don't have faith in some of this squad. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair. But at the same time, I think if they're bad and we criticise them, then when they're good, we should also praise them.
I think this what they're going to do with the team bus is going to help. It's going to show them that we really are behind them. You know, look, at the end of the day, it's not for me to say if people want to boo them or not, right? They spend their money. I can't tell them. But I don't think it does any good. And I think it probably brings them down a bit, you know, and especially in the situation we're in. If we was in mid-table and couldn't win nothing up the top or couldn't go down, maybe a bit different. But I think at the minute we need to be behind them. And I looked, the fans the other day were absolutely unbelievable. So, but I just think it's to get on their side and show them we're on their side is going to do a lot more good than bad. That's for sure.
Yeah. Richie's been left out of the latest Brazil squad. That will be his trigger to go big time in the next 8 games. Yep. Hope so. Ben, yes, we did see the Max Dowman cameo against Everton, and I thought he was excellent. To be honest, for 16 years or whatever he is, he changed the game. So, but I just hope people don't pile on him too much. And, you know, we all know how it can go. Let's hope that he's protected in the right way because he's a real talent. There's no doubt about it. Double Agent Vinay said he can't do any more for Woolwich, throwing in his lot with Mr. Marinakis now. I don't understand what that means. I don't know if I'm being thick, but I don't understand what that means. Do you, Jimbo?
Yeah, he's saying that they're working together.
Who? Marinakis and Vinay?
Double agent Vinay said he can't do any more for Woolwich, throwing in this lot with Mr. Marinakis now.
I don't understand. I don't really get it, but I am blonde. Can't wait to take Theo to Spurs Brighton next month. Will be little man's first game. Thanks to, I'm not saying that name. Well, I hope you have a nice day. Finally, a pre-match pump up. Well, it is going to be a pre-match therapy, but we'll do some pumping up. Joey says, "Is it curtains if we lose to Forest?"
No,
I think there's still a lot to play for, but it's a bad loss because it's right before we have 2 weeks off for them to stew on it. I mean, how do you see it, Jim?
I see it that we won't lose.
Yeah, but if we lose,
well, if we lose, it's not curtains. Of course, it's not, because there'll still be 7 games left. But it's just going to be another setback. But I don't think we'll lose the game, Joey. I really don't.
I think a lot of people are going to this Forest game because I've seen people asking for tickets and all sorts. So it should be a good turnout. Jimbo, it's two-way street. If the team turns up, so do the fans. Wednesday was proof of that. That's true. Yeah. And as you said, we've just gone out of the Champions League, but those fans clapped. And you
at the end, they were amazing. And we just got out of the Champions League. Look, the people pay their money, right? And rightly so. I've said this many times on this channel. They want to be entertained. They want to see good football. They want to see your team try. They want to see you fight, right? Some of these people are spending, they're probably not having holidays to buy their season ticket, you know. Not everyone can have a season ticket and go on holiday. There's probably thousands and thousands that give up one thing to have the other thing. And but even there or there, if you're rich and you buy a ticket, it's still you're spending your money to go and see them. So put in the effort, put in the fight. You know, show the fans that it's not a waste of money that you've spent. And let's, to be honest, this year, if I was a season ticket holder, I'd be thinking I've wasted my money. I would be. I'd be thinking, what have I done buying this season ticket? But we saw a different Spurs against Liverpool and the other day at home, and the fans were unbelievable. And that's all they want, Kate. They want to see you trying and putting effort in.
There is a poll in the chat as well asking who you think will win on Sunday, whether it be Spurs, Forest or a draw. Obviously, the cup final is Sunday afternoon as well. Yeah, that's so true, Colin. Never seen fans so happy about going out of a cup. That's how much that game was. Yeah, I agree.
I think it was the happiness of seeing them play so well.
It was.
Some of the football was really, really good. Some of the passages of play. And the one where they got Tell through and he shot, he should have crossed that. Crosses that goes in. That is an unbelievable goal, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say now.
Especially if Gray had scored it, because he was in the box, right? Because he was the one who started it.
The Forest coach opening his big mouth just because they won on penalties against Minnows. He says his team are dangerous after such a good win. Yes, they are that good. They're in 18th place in the league. Big up, David. That's all right. Let them give it large. Well, let's wait and see what happens. Forest is a must-win game for momentum, but if we lose, it's still not over. So if we win, does that mean we're staying up? No, it's just 3 points needed. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. But I think it will be far worse to spend 2 weeks after a loss than 2 weeks after a win. We were on the floor this time last week, so we have hope again. That's what Jimbo said, how much football can change in a week.
Always. I mean, 1 week in football, you can be like, oh, my God, where are we going? And then a week later, you've played 2 or 3 games, right? And then all of a sudden, you're back on a high again. That's what football does.
Before we carry on about Spurs, I'm going to bring up the England team. The 35-man squad has been announced. Goalkeepers: Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, James Trafford, Aaron Ramsdale, Jason Steele from Brighton. A new addition there. Defenders got Dan Burn, Mark Gay, Lewis Hall, Esri Konsa, Tino Livramento, Harry Maguire, Nico O'Reilly, Jarell Kwanzaa, Jed Spence, go on Jed, John Stones and Fialko Tamori. Midfielders got Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, James Garner, Jordan Henderson, Kobe Mainoo, Declan Rice, Morgan Rogers, and Adam Walton. And the forwards, you got Jared Bowen, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Eze, Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Madueke, Cole Palmer, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, and Dom Solanke. First of all, the first one I want to talk about, Jimbo, is the addition of Dominic Calvert-Lewin into the England squad. I mean, if there's one player that really deserves a call up this year, it's him. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I said to you when he was up for sale, I'll take him at Tottenham. He's a really, really good player when he's fit. But he seems to have stayed fit. You know, so
Yeah.
he's such a good player.
Yeah, I agree. I think he has earned that call up. He's been excellent for Leeds. And like you say, he has managed to stay fit, this is the reason I would never have touched him with a barge pole, because he's always injured, but he's managed to stay fit for the most part for Leeds. So great call up for him. Obviously, Dominic Solanke and Jed Spence both called up. Dominic Solanke for me is a little bit of a surprise because he was out for a lot of time with injury. There's rumours that he's still not 100% fit. Are you surprised by either of them?
What, Jed Spence and Solanke?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, I think Jed Spence has done well. And Solanke, he's starting to look a lot better. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean he's going to the World Cup, does it? He's probably taking them to look, and you've got to think there might be injuries from now till the World Cup starts. So he's going to take in what the best players for the job, and then we'll see when the World Cup squad's done.
I think Jed will go to the World Cup.
Probably.
I'm not sure about Dom.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Solanke. I think it depends on injuries.
Yeah. Look how many you lot can pick from. It's criminal you've won so little. It's so true. What I will say is my brother-in-law and my nephew went to a charity auction yesterday, and it was hosted by Stuart Pearce. And Stuart Pearce is 1,000,000% convinced and will not deter in any way that England will win the World Cup this year. There's absolutely no doubt in his mind. And when you look at the players we've got to choose from, Jim, it is absolutely criminal that we haven't won anything of note. Well, anything since 1966. It's an absolute outrage. When you look at the midfielders, Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, Kobe Mainoo, Declan Rice, Adam Walton, these are some of the best midfielders in world football. And you've got that in every category: goalkeepers, defenders, forwards, midfielders. We have got an elite squad to choose from there. It's unbelievable that we've not won nothing.
I think Declan Rice is one of the best players in the Premier League. I rate him so high. When I watch him play for Arsenal, right, I'm telling you now, Arsenal would not be where they are without this guy. He does last-minute tackles. He takes the ball off people's foot as they're going to shoot. In midfield, he breaks it up. This, for me, Declan Rice is. I said this to you the other day, and you kind of sneered at me a little bit, Kate.
Yeah, because he's a gooner.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about him as a player doesn't matter.
Yeah, but he's a gooner.
Doesn't matter, does it? I'm talking about him as a player. He is absolutely, for me, a top player, and I think England, with him in there, is going to make a huge difference. He's playing his football at the minute. He's playing is unreal.
I would just like to say, Jimbo, if you carry on grifting like this for Arsenal, I'm going to have to rename
I'm not
you.
grifting for Arsenal.
Henry.
I'm saying about Declan Rice. When you watch him play, the work he does is off the charts.
Okay, Henry. Welcome to Kate and
Why
Henry.
can't I say something about a player?
Yeah, but you don't have to go overboard.
Well, I'm saying he's going to be for England, and he's going to. You asked about the World Cup, and I think he's going to be a massive asset for us in the World Cup
this year. This season, Rice, Zubimendi. There's been so many Arsenal players that have been excellent, but Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Nick. Yes, Jimbo, but he's a flipping gooner.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for England, Nick. I'm not talking about for Arsenal. I'm saying when I've watched him play for Arsenal, he's been outstanding, and I think with him in the England team really puts us up a notch.
Yes, Henry, wrong TV. Your brother grifting for Arsenal. I'm going to put Jim on the naughty step along with the other Henry. Afternoon, Sally. Good to see you. He's not rice. He's more like tapioca. I can take my gonna hate hat off and see the player Rice is. Yeah, of course he is. Arsenal are full of excellent players. Do you know what? I will, but part of me will be absolutely sick as a pig.
Why? When you watch the England team, right? I'm an England supporter and a Spurs supporter. When I watch the England team, right, I don't look at a player, right, and think, oh, he plays for so-and-so player. I look at him as an England player.
I don't.
Totally different.
I don't. I look at Saka and I think he's a gooner. So I want England to do well, even though I'm not a big fan of international football, although World Cups and Euros, I agree.
Well, I think that's a really bad mentality to think. When they play for England, they're England players, Kate.
Yeah, I can't help it. I look at Rice and I look at Saka and I think they're in an England shirt, but deep down they're red and they're gooners. And so as much as I want England to do well, which I do, I'd much rather see... Hang on, can I finish? I would much rather see Harry Kane score a winner than Saka or Rice.
Yeah, but that's natural because if...
All right, forget Harry Kane. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I've got no alliance to him. Just anyone but gooners. Big up, Cassandra. But there's some brilliant players in the Arsenal squad, but I'm not going to sit here and cream over them. It's making me feel sick.
I think that's such a bad mentality to think when they're playing for England. They're English and they're England players, right? When they finish the England, when the World Cup finishes, they go back to their club. It's different. But when they got that England shirt on, they play for England.
Would you cheer? Of course I would if we won the World Cup, but part of me would feel sick because I'm cheering for a gooner. I don't care if he's an England shirt. That's me. But then I'm not a passionate England supporter like Jimbo. I'm not like that. I choose club over country every day of the week. And if I never watched another England game for the rest of my life, it would not bother me. Because Jim likes to watch the football indoors. Whereas when it's a World Cup, I like to go to the pub and enjoy the atmosphere. I think if we went out to pubs and stuff to watch it, I'd be more inclined to enjoy it.
We can do that if you want. I don't care.
Oh, and you're going to be miserable.
No, it's the Tottenham. It's Tottenham. I don't like going to the pub and watching. Not England.
Twisted and Defarsha agree with you. Listen, people aren't listening to me, right? If Rice scores the winner in the World Cup final, win the World Cup, I'm going to be over the moon. But part of me is always going to be sick to my stomach that it was a gooner that done it. Because listen to West Ham fans all these years on, we won the 66 World Cup. And you would get that from gooners. And they've got enough of that already. So that is my point. And I don't care if it's bad mentality, Jim. What are you going to do? Spank me?
Yes, please.
Rice is probably the best midfielder in the role he has in Europe, to be honest. I don't really think about club football when watching England.
The same as me. I don't either.
Colin. Yeah, Rice. He was meant to be Irish or something, wasn't he? Welsh. And he buggered off to England. I think by the time
lucky for us, he did.
I think by the time we get to the World Cup, most Premier League players will be on their knees due to the amount of game times plus the heat. Yeah. Big up Roy Park. Good to see you, my love. Look, exactly. He gets it. And look, Jonah, West Ham still going about winning the World Cup. Exactly. Oh, goodness. Oh, did you see that goal from Saka to win the World Cup?
Yeah, but if you get sucked in to West Ham saying that, and then that's down to you. They never won the World Cup. England won the World Cup in 66.
Yeah, but they still say it. If Saka and Rice score the 2 winning goals in the World Cup final, we will never hear the end of it.
Right, well, if you take the rest of the players out of the World Cup in 66 and just left the West Ham players in, would they have won the World Cup?
According to West Ham fans, they would have done.
No, that'd be silly.
And no, I would not swap the Europa League win for the World Cup. Not in 10 million years. I'm with Jimbo on this. I'm with UK. I love it. We've got a complete split audience. I love it. I go to the pub and never really watch the game. The atmosphere is good, but I'd rather be at home watching the games. Once you put the 3 lions on in a big competition, for me, it don't matter about your club. You put that shirt on, you're playing for every Englishman, man and woman who dreamt of playing for England. Well, I've never wanted to play for England, but I would like to see my country win something every now and again. It'd be quite nice because we're rubbish at everything.
Well, if you get behind the players, including the Rices and Sackers of this world, right, then we might win it.
You are getting on my nerves. I agree in parts with both of you. I'm club before country, like Kate, but when England are on, all players get my support, like Jimbo. Let's be honest, right now, it will be Kane, and that's that cleared up. Lewis Potter turned down Wales, waiting for the England call. Well, don't hold your breath on that. So you think the grass is greener. West Ham clicked to the World Cup BS because they have nothing else going for them and never have. Oh, they've won. They've got a Conference League trophy, though. It's a team game. All 11 players win it. Kate and I would enjoy a pint. Yes, we would. And we'd slag off the Gooners while we're at it. Jimmy Greaves, legends. I can't help it. That's just how I feel. Like I say, if it come down to Saka scoring the winning goal or for us to win the World Cup or no one scores and we don't win it, I'm taking Saka scoring it. But I would rather any other player than a Gooner win it. And even when we watch it, you'll know this, Jim. If one of if Saka falls over like he does or limps, I go, oh, he's pathetic. I don't go, oh, he was fouled. It just irritates me because he's a gooner. I can't help it. I'm sorry if you think that's wrong, but that's how I am. England football team doesn't mean much to me because it's made up of gooners, whereas the Tottenham football team means everything to me because it's made up of yidos. And that's just how I am. But I still hope we win the World Cup. Just not gooners scoring the goals. I hope everyone is doing well. Hotspur. I have. Hang on. Oh, my tablet got stuck. Look. I have sent your address over to Mickey, so I'm just waiting for him to send the picture out to you, but he's got your address, so it will come. But I have to be honest and say he's doing bench reveals all week. So it might be next week. I don't know. But you will get it because Mickey always does. Us Spurs fans dry heave every time a Gooner does something for England. Let's get it right. Thank you, Roy. Nice to have someone on my wavelength. It's like if Rice scored the best free kick in the world, I would be sick as a pig. I'm sorry, I would be sick.
You know the difference is, right? Arsenal don't live in my head.
They don't live in my head. But when I've got
they obviously do. They obviously do the way you're worried about them playing for England.
Because I've got to look at their frigging ugly, horrible faces, knowing that they wear red shirts most of the year. I'm sorry, Jimbo, that you can't understand that, but that's just how it is. Jimbo is wearing his rose-tinted Gooner glasses by mistake. How many English players are in the Arsenal team? I don't know. You've got Rice, Saka, Madueke. That's 3.
I haven't got a clue.
I think that's it. Used to watch England because Spurs boys were playing, but none playing now. Yes, there is. There's Jed Spence and Dominic Solanke. If Jimmy Greaves wasn't injured, he would have played in the final. God bless you, Jimmy. Cyril, hang on a minute. What's going on? Hang on, what's going on? Cyril, it's not Hotspur. I'm waiting for your address. Cyril McCoy's is the one, I think, who sent me the address. Yes, and it's been sent to Mickey. I'm waiting for him to send it. But Totspur63, I need you to email me at justagirlwholovespurs@gmail.com and send me your address, your name and address, so we can send out the Ledley King picture to you. Is that right, Jim?
I haven't got a clue what one they won.
Yeah, I've got it written here. Spurs 63, Ledley King. Yes. So please do email me so I can get it sent to Mickey because, like I say, he's working all the time and he needs to send them when he gets a minute. So if I can get your address over. I've sent yours, McCoy's. Thank you very much and good afternoon. So I need to send yours, Totspur, but I haven't got it. My son Jacob supports Arsenal. So I can only take the hate Arsenal thing so far. Before Jacob was born, then the hate was huge, but I still don't wear red or have red anywhere in my house. I'm sorry, Dan, but how on earth have you allowed that to happen? Oh, Eze, he's another one who plays. Well done, Drooler. Spurs won in Europe but struggle in the Prem. That's weird. I agree, Sandra. We're a weird team. Big up Sam. Sam says relegation in the location. A bit of Deji there. Big up Leo. I think we win this weekend, Leo. I'm going for Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 2. And what are you going for, Jim?
3-1.
He's going 3-1. I'm going 3-2. But I think we win. But I think there'll be a goal fest. How good was it when we had Kane, Ali, Dyer, Trippier, Rose? I think there was a couple of more playing for England. Walker, he was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss Delhi. I miss the days of Delhi, Kane, Ericsson. I miss those days. The problem is the fans of the scum are unbearable. I can't imagine how nauseating it would be when they win the league. Hopefully nothing else. Yeah, there's some nice Gooner fans, but they're few and far between. Every time the players walk out with 3 lions on, there's no such thing as Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, only England. I hate these mixed marriages. Mirages. So for me, being a lad from Brighton, if Walton steps up and scores for England in a final, I'm meant to hate him as he's a Palace player. No, yes, the 3. I'm not telling you you've got to hate anyone. I'm telling you how I feel. Jim's completely different to me. I don't hate any other players that play for the England team. Adam Walton, yay, go and score as many as you like. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, yay. But if it's Arsenal, I'm sorry, I can't bear to watch them do anything good. 3-2 Spurs sounds good. That's what I really think it'll be. It's not a physical in Europe as it is in the Premier League. Yeah, I think that's why Xavi Simons is literally so much better in Europe because he's only a little fella. But do you agree with that argument, Jim, that the physicality is sort of, it's not as physical in the European games, so that's why Xavi Simons does so well.
Yeah, it probably does help him, but I still think that he's going to come good for Tottenham. I think he's going to be a real top player for us.
Yeah, I hope so.
It probably does help him, Kate, that it's a little bit slower in it in Europe.
I failed as a dad and allowed my mum to poison him. And a boy born in 2002 is only going to support a team in red, Arsenal, United or Liverpool. This is true. We're winning 2-0. Love it. Spot on, Kate. They're not called the scum for nothing. 3-1 Spurs, same as Jimbo. Roy says, I don't care what the score is as long as Tottenham don't ruin my weekend. I want to celebrate with all the Spurs channels then.
Well, they won't ruin much of your weekend because it's Sunday afternoon, isn't it?
Let's hope 2:15 Tottenham beat Forest and then at 4:30 City beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. Because that would make me sick if they win that. Although saying that, I'll take them winning it if it means we beat Forest. Saka's been crap in the Prem this season. Leo says, I'm a huge fan of the England team, more than USA or Mexico. That's due to all the Spurs players we once had in there. I'm still rooting for the 3 Lions. Well, we've got Jed and Dom in the latest section, Leo. Just worries me because we build it up and we go, yes, this team is so good. And then every year we fail. It's like they need Viagra to get past the semi.
You got to think it's very hard to win a tournament, right? A world tournament or the European Cup, because there's so many good teams in it, and only one team can win it every so many years. It's very, very hard. I mean, England have done well the last few World Cups and the last few European Cups, and we need to get one over the line. But it's so difficult. It's like the Premier League, and the Champions League. It's so difficult to win it because there's so many good teams in it. There's teams in the world like you've got to be right on it to beat them, and if you're having an off day, you ain't going to do it. As simple as that, and that's what's happened to England.
The Carabao Cup final was 4:30 Sunday. No, you are not the only gooner in here. We have got Ben Bryant in here as well, who's a gooner. But we have various gooners coming in and out. So they're all welcome. And most of the ones that come in here are nice, actually. This international break is 3 weeks. I think our next game is... Let me look.
I think it's 3 weeks as well. I said that to you this morning, Kate.
Right, so we're playing this weekend, then next weekend there's no football. The weekend after there's no football. There's FA Cup the weekend after. So the 4th of April weekend, Easter weekend's FA Cup. Oh, bugger. And then the Saturday the 11th, Premier League's back. So we've got 3 weeks off, but those in the FA Cup have got 2 weeks. Is that right?
I don't know. Yeah, if it's FA Cup weekend, yeah, you're right.
Imagine Richard getting the winner against England in the final. Not going to lie, I'll have a laugh. If Arsenal win the Carabao, it would suddenly be a huge trophy. Yeah, like the Charity Shield. Any type of knockout football is a different cup of tea. Anyone can take it. This is true. No Solanke in open training today.
I think I saw who's that reporter, the Tottenham supporter,
Michael Bridge.
Yeah, I think he said that he was going into the second part of open training. I think that's what he said. So I don't know if he did or not.
Big up to you, El Dante. Good to see you. Does anyone know that Wenger is an Alsatian? What? 3 weeks break will do us good. Chance to get players back. This is true.
Injury, and to work with the manager.
Big up Daniela says not all West Ham fans like, not all any team. Yeah, I don't mean everyone. It's like Gooners, right? I don't like Gooners, and a lot of their fans are awful. But we're lucky because the Arsenal fans that come in here are good people. He comes from Alsace in eastern France. What do you guys think about the same lineup we had against Atleti for Forest? I think Paulinho has got to come in against Forest. Maybe he play Gallagher instead of Sarr. I personally would quite like to see Danso start, but I think he will start Van der Ven and Romero.
Yeah. He might start Danso with them.
But, and I think he starts Richie as well, whether that be up front with Moani as well, or whether he starts Richie on his own, I don't know. What are you expecting, Jim?
I'm not sure, Kate. I'm not sure because I'm not sure about Solanke if he's going to be ready or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's on the bench. He doesn't start him. But I think Romero and Van der Ven are being, especially you're right, Ben. Especially, they played well the other day. So,
Ben, you're not streaming today. I was looking for you, and I can't find your stream. Danso should come in for Dragushin if playing back three.
Yeah.
Just think if Haaland had said yes to England as he was born in Leeds. Big up, Chris. Oh, sorry. Sarr and Gray work well together. I'd like to see that pairing grow. Yeah, how do you drop Gray after? It's going to be a difficult one. How do you drop Gray after he was so?
It's nice. Good? It's nice that he's got some players back now where he can choose. We haven't had that. I mean, we've had games where he's had to play a certain team. That's why when he got slaughtered for the first few games, he was kind of a bit in a ditch, wasn't he? Because we only had I think it was 11 or 12 first team players fit. So he was stuck. So now we get a few players back. and it'd be nice that you can bring people off the bench as well that can change games.
Ben, I've got to ask. I did see your message about this. What did you actually say to Mickey? I don't know what you said. Did you say, "Hi, Mickey, I'm a friend of Kate's"? I was really confused. Hope the 3-week break don't ruin the momentum. Yeah, I did say that to my son yesterday, so I'd rather be playing than having that much of a break. No stream today. I can't be asked, and I will go home early because Mickey's poorly. Oh, get well soon, Mickey. Did anyone notice Simons and Till spent a lot of the game on the left? Was Simons not supposed to be on the right? I don't know, but I really like that little relationship they've got going on there. It looks like it's developing into something rather tasty.
Well, Till was on the left, and then all of a sudden, when he crossed the ball in for Moani to score, I went, was that Till that done that cross? I said, I'm sure it was Till. He just popped up on the right, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that was a superb ball in, you know. But look, we've looked better the last few games. Let's hope we take it into the end of the season and pull out of it. You know, in the next 2 or 3 games, we could be right out of it.
Yeah. Dragushin did a couple of vital blocks as well versus Atletico Madrid. I firstly congratulated him on the benches. Then I mentioned that I'm friends with you. Look at me. I feel like a face. Hi, I'm friends with Kate. Oh, Kate. I know Kate.
No.
Oh, do you know what? That actually has made my day, Ben. Thanks for name dropping me, because now I feel like a celebrity. I love it. Belgrade Wanderer says, I'm here to humbly apologise to Jimbo for calling him delusional for calling a 1-1 draw at Anfield.
I accepted, and there's no need to apologise. It's all right.
That's so funny.
It's nice that you come in and owned it.
I think a lot. I actually thought
one person told me I was on drugs.
Yeah, they did. I think the Van der Ven interview that he did, I actually thought was genuine, and I actually had been one of the people that thought he was a rat and he'd lost interest. But I believed what he was saying. Then when he said that the media are just making shit up, because we all know the media love to try and stir things up for Tottenham and give them issues. So, yeah, I think his heart is in it. Do you, Jim?
Well, I said to you before when it came out that he was saying that he didn't care because he was going to be gone. I said to you, it's absolute bullshit, Kate. Well, players wouldn't come out and say that. Why would they? Why would they come out and say that they're not interested anymore if we go down, they're not bothered? It's just the media. They like to stir it up, especially when it comes to Tottenham. They do like to put in the knife, you know. Yeah. And that's why another reason I really like Judah, because he don't take their shit.
Yeah. Tottenham says, can we talk about Spence's tackle at the end? Real desire and out-sprinted Van der Ven. Need that from him. I think Spencer's been excellent the last couple of games. I really, really do.
You can see he's focused. I said to you the other day when he was in the box on the corner, what did I say to you? Look at Spence.
Yeah.
He's absolutely in the zone.
I know that he gets a lot of stick. I know Shawnee's called him a donut a few times because of his attitude. But I just think he's got a bit of swag about him, and I don't want that to ever go because it's part of his game. I really like him, and I think he's been excellent of late. So big up Jedley Spence. I can see red cards in the Spurs game just due to the tension, and if West Ham are winning at Villa, it could go pear-shaped for either team. I hope not.
Well, I said to you, my biggest worry towards the end of the season, what did I say to you? Do you remember the other day?
No.
I said if they can keep their heads, they need to keep their heads. I said that to you the other day. They need to keep their heads because we can't afford any more red cards.
The poll, who wins this weekend? 78% say Spurs win, 14% say Forest win, and 8% said draw. So
yeah, the 14% is Gooners.
A lot of people really predicting Spurs to be victorious. And I think if we'd have asked that a week ago, that would have been a lot less than 70. What was it? 78%, did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, 78%. I think it would have been a lot less, but I think everyone's feeling that little twang of hope.
I want to know, the Gooners that are watching, do you want Tottenham to go down or not? What would you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, Jason Cundy, everyone knows what a piss taker he is on TalkSport, but he said the other day, I genuinely don't want Spurs to go down because the Premier League is a better place with Spurs in it. And I feel like that, even though everyone knows how much I hate Bum and all, but I don't want them to go down. I wonder if Mickey Dev do an autograph. My granny said he can't make the Spurs Brighton game with me. It's a shame to see my grandson's afraid. There's loads of merch on his page, Echoes of Glory, and there's loads of shirts and signed pictures of him on there. Oh no. Luton Dan says, I predict a Forest win. Sorry, I just expect the worst. Paul Tro says, stay up and Enoch effing off, ideally. That would be nice.
I think if we go down, there's no way on this planet Enoch leave. I think if we stay up, there's a good chance they go.
That's why when we lost you at the beginning because of your internet, Twisted said, how will you reflect on this season if you stay up? And I said, I want it to be the season where everything changes, where Enoch go, this can never, ever happen again. And either they leave or they put new wage structures in place, they push the boat out, spend more money, because this should never, ever, 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 ever happen again. Spurs should never, ever, ever be fighting relegation.
It's a double warning, Kate, because last year we finished 17th. I know we won the trophy, and I was the first one to say we was never even near to going down. We were so far in front, but we still finished 17th, right? And this year we're fighting relegation. So this is a double warning. If we do stay up, right, they need to learn from this and last season.
Yeah. It would be funny, says Ben, because of a couple of weeks of banter, but I'd miss the North London derbies. But no, I don't want you relegated. Easy 6 points every season. You're so naughty. Rob says, I really don't want Spurs to go down. The Premier League is better with you. Cole says, Arsenal win the Premier, Spurs relegated in the same season. Daniela says, the media stir the shit for any club in trouble. Spurs are nothing special in this. Some crap said about West Ham over the last 5 years or more. What was you going to say there, Jim?
Well, so there was the three Gooners have answered. What was it? 2 wanted us down and 1 wanted us to stay.
No, 2 wanted us to stay up and 1 wanted us down.
All right.
I want Bergvall to start alongside Gray if he's fit. Twisted says Leeds are in major trouble, but no one's mentioning it. Are they though?
Yeah, they are in it, Kate. They are in it. They can get sucked in very, very quick. If we
but they're not in major trouble. They're 2 points above us.
Let me pause the telly. Our manager's coming on. But they are in it. They are in it, right? And if we win and they lose, we go above them. Or if Forest win and they lose, I think Forest go above them as well, don't they? Or go on the same points. But it's very easy to get sucked in. But the thing with Leeds is, I think at home with their fight, it'll keep them up. I really do. But they are still in it.
Yeah, they're 2 points above us. Kate, they spend the money. I don't think that's the issue. I can't trust them to decide who to spend the money on and what wages to give. Yeah, they need better. They need everything to change. Leeds home form will keep them up. This is the store, Corey. If you go on then, there's nothing of Mickey's, and then message me, because I know he's still got loads of stuff that he's not uploaded on there. So yeah, if you can't find anything, message me, just a girl who loves Spurs at gmail.com, and I'll get in touch with him, because there was nothing on there before, and he sorted something out for someone else. So
I've got a lovely one, if you can see it. Can you see that?
That's it. Yeah, I got him that. I got you that, didn't I, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's my Mickey has one.
I do think you're going to struggle to attract high-quality players in the summer. You're going to have to build back up slowly. Daniela says, honestly, I would like Spurs to go down to teach some more delusional fans some humility, but then I I can't stand Forest and would like to see them gone. You never know. West Ham might go.
Look, Daniela, the thing is, if Spurs go down, it's going to really, really hurt the club, and it's going to set us back massively. So it will be an absolute disaster for the club if we go down. And I am 100% convinced, not even 99%, 100% convinced that if we go down, there is no way on this planet ENIC will set up while we're in the Championship.
Just changing the subject entirely here, completely throwing it off. Obviously, I've not been well, so I've been lazing about on the sofa quite a lot, trying to sort my back out. And we started watching Shameless. I don't know how we've got to 2026 and never seen this series. It's so funny. No one's ever, like, I've heard people speak about it, but I never really thought it was something I'd want to see. Jim, do you want to call it the pump up this weekend or the therapy? Just quickly.
Pump up.
Yeah. Pump up. Yeah, it's never really something I wanted to see, but I have to say, the UK Shameless is hilarious. I wouldn't watch the American one because I've heard bad things. But yeah, just put that out there. I agree, Ben. I really was over the moon Forest come up. I loved Forest. I've got a lot of time for them. They were, Tottenham have got a really good history with them. And then Wolfie come along and he's made me hate them.
Well, the thing is with Wolfie,
wind-up merchant.
Yeah, the thing is I didn't think he was too bad. And then one day I saw him on a stream say that he hates us so much and all Spurs fans are CUNTs.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And his brother's a Spurs fan as well. So as soon as he said
probably
that,
got a bigger willy than him, and that's why he's so bitter.
As soon as he said that, I just thought, right, I want Forest to go down.
Yeah. Look, all I know is I just want Tottenham to stay up. I just want Tottenham to stay up. When we survive, we need a clean slate. A lot of the players have to go. No statement signings. Use the youth. Many players on loan. Integrate them. 1 or 2 with experience. Build back slowly. Yeah, I agree, Cassandro. It was charming, wasn't it? What a rude thing to say. Kate, I have you on WhatsApp. If I can't find anything, I'll drop you a message. Yeah, do, because like I say, he's got loads of stuff. It's not even on there yet. Wolfie's the biggest waffler on the YouTube. He is funny.
He is. At times, he's absolutely hilarious.
You know why he's like Jason Grundy? Because he's such a piss taker, but he kind of makes it funny, and you kind of hate what he's saying, but it's true.
But his hate for Tottenham is deep.
It is
absolutely deep. Like Cundy, his hate for Tottenham's deep, and he played for Tottenham, even though he was shit when he played for us. But he played for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Glenn Hoddle, just quickly, is amongst other Spurs fans and players and the club itself who have tweeted, Tottenham Hotspur means everything to us. It always has. Generations of us, families, friends, strangers, brought together by the same badge, the same community, the same pride, with one job: to support our team. Time for reflection comes later. Right now, we're in the running with big games ahead. So to our team, our players, our coaching staff, our team behind the team, our club, we're not going anywhere. We are with you. From the atmosphere in the stands, the belief in the streets, to the roar of the players walk out into. For every remaining minute of this season, we are right behind you. We'll be there for every step, and we'll be your 12th man throughout. You will hear us. To every single player wearing our shirt, we walk out with you, and we remain behind you, whatever may come. We can't control what happens on the pitch, but we'll provide everything you need off of it. We believe in you. This is our club, all together, always. And I think it's very easy to share these things, but I think fans, no matter how they feel about the board, that this is exactly what the club needs. Everyone to get on board with getting behind the team and hoping that we can keep them up. And they do need the fans, because we saw what a difference the 12th man can make against Liverpool in the second half, against Atletico Madrid. And I'm not blaming fans, the ones that have booed and left early, but we're seeing fight now. We are seeing proper fight. So we need to get behind them. That Ange mask is really hilarious, especially when it goes all skoo whiff.
He keeps it on. He keeps it on sometimes the whole show.
I know. I don't know how he does it. Yeah, big thoughts to Danny Kelly as well, who's suffering with cancer of the esophagus. I saw Tottenham tweet about him today as well, sending their love. So yeah, that was really sad news. I don't think Cundy hates Tottenham. He just likes to wind up Jamie. No, he does. He hates Tottenham.
Yeah, yeah.
I spoke to him on the phone when I rang up TalkSport, and I went, I can't believe how much you hate Tottenham. And he said, I hate Tottenham as much as you hate Chelsea. And I hate Chelsea. He does. It's not an act. He really absolutely hates them. We need to show fight, character, heart and passion for the rest of the season. Come on, you Spurs. I can't stand Cundy, but that Ange mask is comedy gold. And he knows exactly how to wind up Jamie O'Hara. He does it so effortlessly. Top Spurs says 11:30 outside the Bricklayers on Sunday. If you can be there, please be there. Yes, this is where they are meeting to welcome in the team coach. They've started to believe in Tudor. I think you're right, Drew. I think they have. I'm just checking. I've got Spurs. Yes, I've got it. Top Spur. Thank you very much. I shall get that over to Mickey, and I will chase it up. If you haven't had your photographs middle of next week, I'll chase it up. As I say, he is incredibly busy, but he does tell me to keep chasing him up because he's a man and they forget things.
I think with Tudor, Kate, I think that he came into a proper shit show when he took over, and I just think everybody wanted it to happen so quick. And I knew it was. I said to you, didn't I? It's not going to be. It's not going to be a quick fix. It's going to take him a few games to get his philosophy across, and for them to accept him, you know. And I think that's what's starting to happen. But I would never ever have even thought of getting rid of him, even after the first few losses.
And I know a lot of people say they don't like the way he is with the media, but I think the way the media talk to him and the things they ask him is embarrassing. I think the media in this country are so cringe.
Yeah, he just gives it back to them, doesn't he? He don't take their shit.
I mean, when you watch how they speak about England to Tuchel, and they put stories out there in the papers and on social media about players doing this and doing that. You know, most media in other countries, I remember a foreign manager saying it before, they get behind, it might have been Sven-Goran Eriksson actually, said that the media in other countries get behind their national team because everybody wants them to win something. Over here, we can't wait to slag them off for something they've done.
Well, they were trying to make a rift between Bellingham and Tuchel a few months ago, and it was all crap. You know? And they put that seed in there, you know, to make it hard for them.
Yeah,
there's no need for it.
No, I agree. Thing is, Frank kept on talking about running, and Piers players have become fitter since he's gone. Yep. Having Neville commentary versus United and Carragher versus Liverpool is the most annoying thing. I totally agree. I would love to have Carragher.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Never ever commentate on another thing. Jamie Carragher, I can't stand him. It's not just Tudor that he's spoken to that way. The media needs to have someone like Tudor to show they can't say what they want. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I hope you're right, Rob. So far, it looks like we have. It looks like they've had a wake-up call and realised that we are in shit street. And
if you saw the other day, Romero, when he was subbed, he was sitting next to Tudor, and they were talking. And I saw some of the training this morning, and he was having a real good chat with Paulinho, and they were laughing about something. So he's obviously
building relationships.
Building good relationships with them, yeah. But it was not going to happen overnight, Kate. It was going to take a few weeks.
Not only that,
I'm just sorry, just while I'm on there. And you've got to remember our first two games under him were difficult, you know, and it was Arsenal was always going to be hard to get anything out of that. And Fulham is another really, really hard game, right? And then Palace won up, got control, and then Van der Ven does the unthinkable and gets sent off. and puts us deep in it. So, you know, you can make excuses for them games.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. I knew I should have written it down. Oh, as well, what I was going to say. They've gone from having a manager like Frank, who's very laid back and a nice guy, and a manager like Ange as well, who I would imagine is quite volatile, to go into a guy that's quite detached. He doesn't want to be their friend. He wants to be their leader. He's quite he's straight to the point, and you can tell he takes no shit. So they've got to sort of find their way to get along with each other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Corey, what I would say about this, right, is Jim and I have met at Tottenham, and they don't give a shit. I've tried before. I said to them when we first went to the stadium, I told them the story. They really don't care. The only time they ever really arrange anything is charity organisations, so they arrange for things. Otherwise, they don't really care. But I mean, I'm just telling you because that's the experience I've had and people I know that have tried to organise things. Afternoon Pete Chambers says, countdown to Sunday's underway. What a day of footy to be enjoyed. Please God, it is enjoyed. It's got a 12 o'clock game, although we're pumping up. Then you've got 2:15, and then you've got the 4:30 Carabao Cup final. Tudor Pressa, Solanke to return, Paulinia back, Kudos back in 10 days. Also confident Maddison will play this season. Wow.
And so Solanke's back. Solanke's fit, is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that? Paulinia back. Kudos back in 10 days. Also confident Maddison can play this season. Excellent.
Pete Chambers, honest question, would you rather mid-table mediocrity or a battle? Well, I'd rather not be battling relegation.
Yeah, oh yeah, definite.
I want to be back where we were under Poch, fighting on all fronts and playing nice football at the same time. Isn't it funny how the players loved and adored the distant manager but couldn't stand the everybody's best friend manager? Yeah, because they didn't respect him, I think. Leo says, Tudor jumped onto what looked like and seemed like a sinking ship. I lost complete faith in everything involved at the club, but Tudor has stood on his toes and isn't backing down. Such a leader. Yeah, I agree. And I'm finally getting a bit of hope. Big up to LTL4397 says, Everton fan, good luck Spurs, Forest or Leeds to go, can't stand.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to the last game where we're playing. Because I said to Kate the other day, if we're playing Everton the last game, we're at home, aren't we?
Yes.
That's the only thing that gives me a bit of hope. I really rate Everton this season. I think that they're a decent team.
They've got Moyes, haven't they?
Yeah.
They never got rid of him. He's perfect for Everton. He really is perfect for Everton. And I think that they will start getting back. Like, they're doing well this season, but I think they keep getting better.
They're a bit of an up and down club, aren't they? But when they play well, they really play well.
Yeah. Who could possibly want to go through the stress year in, year out? Mid-table mediocrity, 100%. Yeah,
I'll tell you something. They've beat Villa twice this season. They've beat Forest twice this season. Everton.
I think this is the worst season I've ever known, and that one under Ange. I know we got the cup at the end of it, but that was bad. But this has been horrendous. I've never felt as disconnected from the club as I have this season. I literally lost interest. And that's never happened. And this is the first year in a while we've not been to a single game. And literally someone could have rung me up with free tickets and I wouldn't have gone. I've just felt so disconnected from it. I would only have Poch back if Enoch had gone, as I don't think they will back Poch. Yeah, and great show. Thank you, Brian. I kind of agree with that. As much as my heart wants Poch back, at the same time, I don't want him to be let down again. He doesn't deserve it. So I said to Jim, I think Poch may be the guy after the guy if Enoch go. We need someone to... But then, as Jim said, a project's got to be started somewhere. So I don't know. I'm glad we're not getting De Zerbi. I don't think he's the right fit for this club at all. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. There should be a pitch invasion at the end of the Everton game in protest at Enoch, whether we get relegated or not. As long as no one gets hurt. Vicario has been dropped from Italy squad for the World Cup playoffs. Interesting. Tudor will turn Spurs right round. They're up for the fight. We've been there many times. Good luck. Thank you very much, Eltel. I hope you're very much right. And I do think, as much as I was unsure about this guy, I do think he's the right guy. I think we're seeing that. I like Tudor and his masculinity. We need someone with authority who won't crumble in front of media and pressure. Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy you can't trifle with. I wouldn't want to have an argument with him. He's a lump. But I bet you there is a softer kind of side. I know that he walked past Kinski, but we don't know what went on at half time. He might just not have felt comfortable addressing it then and there.
Yeah.
Like to read.
I mean, I don't look a lot into that, Kate. I think it's what I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to just blank him. I think he probably had a word with him in the changing room after, and at the changing ground. I mean, Kinski still seems happy enough. I mean, when we won the other day, he come on the pitch, was shaking all their hands and was smiling. So I mean, it was just a bad game. And when you see after teams like Real Madrid coming out and saying there's a lot of teams that have problems on their goalkeeper come out and said there's a lot of teams in that league that have had problems on that pitch with the sliding. It's just that they know what to do to make it hard for the opposition. So
he's 16-1 to be the manager. Poch is huge favourite 2-1, even if whatever. But Tudor is anything from 16 to 25-1. He doesn't like permanent jobs. He doesn't like them. He likes to come and do his bit and then go. But Poch's favourite, the shortest price for Poch is 7-4, and the shortest price after that is Deserbi at 4-1. And then after that, you've got Ange at 17-2. I mean, whatever. No, that's not going to happen. Dyche at 12-1. And you've got, you can get Sean Dyche is 5-1 on some sites and 7-1 Robbie Keane. So
Sean Dyche is never going to be manager of Tottenham.
No. But 7-4 Poch is the massive favourite. We played at our place. I walked the game with Spurs fans. 2 sons, so nice. And we battered 3-0. Good luck, Spurs. Yeah, well, I don't want it to all go down to the last game. That's for sure. If Poch comes back, he must insist on guarantees. Yeah, I agree. Tell says, my mate cooked for Liverpool's first team. He's a Spurs fan. He's from Liverpool as well. He loves Spurs. I hope he didn't give us lasagna. Yeah, no Sean Dyche. Agree, Kate. Tudor does seem to have some steel about him. Win Sunday, I think you'll make it. Lose, and you could find yourselves in bottom 3 and 2 points from safety. Yeah, this is the biggest game we've had.
Who have West Ham got?
They've got a good team. West Ham have got Villa away.
Oh, that's not going to be easy, is it?
Well, I've done Villa 3-2 and Tottenham 3-2. They're my scores. I've done 3-2 both games. I think Villa will win. Enoch won't invest, so the best chance we have of them cutting and running is if we survive in the Premier League rather than drop to the Championship and the valuation drops. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how anyone could want us to get relegated, because I think that's even less chance that Enoch sell, because they're not going to get the value for it. So I'd rather a near miss, and then hopefully that is enough for them to bugger off. But yeah,
it's going to be a near miss no matter what. Even if we go on and we get another 12 points, we still was dragged into it. So,
well, Eltel thinks 4-0 to Spurs.
Hope so.
I think Richie's definitely getting on the score sheet. I've got to be honest. Igor was a unit when he played as well. He took no crap. Big up to the 3 people who've just subbed to the channel as well. It does help. We're on the march to 3. Well, we're not. We're not on the march to 3,000. We're miles away from 3,000. So I'm going to correct myself and say we're on the march to 2,600, because we're 2,500. Oh, someone's unsubscribed. 2,580. So we're 20 away from 2,600. Why are you laughing, Tim?
Because someone unsubscribed.
They do it all the time.
Just to piss you off.
don't piss me off. I just think they obviously think that we're boring. Maybe it's you. Can't possibly be me. Just ask Mickey. But I'm going to end it there because I need to eat something because I haven't eaten any breakfast. But we are back on Sunday at 12:45 on here, and also dual streaming on We Are Tottenham TV. We will be doing a pre-match pump up. There's myself, Jimbo, and Dermot. I'm not sure. I think it's just the three of us this week, pumping you up for the game. If you're not going, please do join us. If you are going, please do sing loud and proud for the boys and enjoy the match. Jimbo? I'm just going to say thanks to everyone who's watched, liked, subscribed, and just been here because, you know, they that's what makes the show happen. But, Jim, I shall let you end the show.
Yeah, just get behind the lads. I'm convinced we'll win Sunday. I really am. I think that they'll go out there and really put on a performance. So I'm going 3-1. Right, get behind the lads.
3-2 for me.
Get behind the lads and come on, you fucking Spurs.
I'm watching football on YouTube with Kate and Jimbo. We got good vibes going on in the studio. On my fantasy team is just me and you. And the wheels fall off and you crash right through. Then you wonder why you never win. You know it wasn't them. You know it was Jimbo. Come on down to Kate and Jimbo, we're getting funky. Let's go. Come on down to Kate and Jimbo, we're getting funky.